Today we're exploring the Silver Chief Mine, which is way out in the Nevada desert. This fence was put up in the 1960s when the place was abandoned because they planned to operate again, but it never did. After the 1960s, it never reopened. Veering to the right, that's all the bunkhouses. And then there's this main house, and up above is the mining. So we're gonna see all these buildings first, and then make our way to the mine operation. We're gonna have a look in right now. There's this porch, and then going into the main entry, they had electricity because this was a humongous mine operation, absolutely massive. Look at those wood floors. I like how really vandals haven't been here, and it's because we are in deep northern Nevada, which means nobody comes out. But all these windows, they're super old school, and they're all in good condition. Like, it looks perfect. Then the kitchen, this was the kitchen, the cupboard, the whole stove cooktop. It was a Eagle. I've never heard of that company before. This was a bedroom, I think. Let's see, let's have a look. The yellow theme and some water hookup. Another bedroom. Wow. Then very small closet. I love these windows. Like I'm saying, vandals haven't come to this place. Nobody knows about this mine operation. It's secret. This is the bathroom. You could see where the sink hookup was. And then, so that was the sink, and then the toilet. And over to the shower. This is where the shower was. I think that was like a walk-in shower. You could see it just on that small square. Check this window out. I don't know. Oh, gotta push it. Oh, no way. So you could open that for fresh air and close it back up. That's so freaking cool. This place is in such good condition, and this is just the first building. We still have so much. Wow, the color of this, it's like a peach. Now we know where the sink went. And a small closet. Alright, so 3 bedrooms. And maybe that's a crawl space, I wonder. In the next closet. Check this ginormous engine out. Size of that belt. The fan. So it's a Caterpillar. Okay, so it was a truck engine, you know, for a piece of huge equipment that's just now sitting right outside of this house. That whole milling situation looks insane. We're gonna have to get closer in a minute. We're now approaching the bunkhouses where all the miners would have lived, and they all had individual rooms with their own entries. I bet they all just look the same. We'll look through real quick. Yeah, same design, just one room, and then a closet. And a third one. I love these wood floors though. I bet these are gonna be exactly the same. Yeah, same design. So there was 6 bunkhouses, 3 in both those buildings. And then next to it, I bet this was either the cookhouse or where they would shower in the bathrooms. We'll check it out. There's 2 sections. there's this first one which we go inside of, and yeah, this was where they showered, the locker room per se. So walking in, probably had like a bunch of places to hang clothing and whatever, and right through, that's the shower. This is the other shower. So 2 showers going in, and I wonder if it was the bathrooms or maybe the same situation. That's interesting how they had 2 different sections. It is dark, so I'll turn on my flashlight. Another shower. Right in the middle, for point of reference, that's the shower house, and then 2 bunkhouses between them. That was the main house where they would do cooking and kind of relax. And there's more bunkhouses. This is 2 rooms right up above. The roof, look at how it's all gone. It's just gutted. This place, it was abandoned in the 1960s. Oh, there's a 3rd room. It's all fallen down. The walls are gone. This one looks a lot older. I bet it's the original. Then they started expanding the place, and that's when they built all that. As I'm hiking, more stuff is appearing. We just have so much to see. This was an old workshop, and next to it, this is the mill. But yeah, that's the workshop. I don't really see anything in it. There's a waste rock pile above us, and all those buildings. All the platform is gone. There's the ore bin going into another one right down below it. That's an insane looking production. We're gonna have to get closer to it. That's the first ore bin, and it was just used for storage. And then I want to kind of climb up that and have a look, because that platform looks pretty insane. There it is, the gate, everything's still intact. So they would pull that up to allow the rocks to fall down, and all those rocks would follow this in ore cart tracks to there. Lee, what's up, buddy? So Lee for scale, he's way down there, and we just crawled up this, well, walked up it, holding onto that pipe. It's a steep fall. Nothing in the ore bin, it's just empty. Walking in, there was the door and a chute going down. A couple other chutes. This is a type of mining that's interesting. I haven't seen anything quite like this before, but this is its own ore chute, so that goes off and shoots off into a loading truck that would be right below us. And then you have this main ore chute, and this ore chute too, it shoots off in its own little spot, and that one goes right into the main ore chute. That's so interesting. I think this is the biggest ore bin I've ever seen. It's just massive. We were just up there a minute ago. That building we were in just hangs over this ledge. And then that's the ore chute. So there's this one. Oh, I get it now. Okay, so a truck would come for those 3 ore chutes. Those were the main ones for stuff to get processed at the mill. And then you see this one we were looking at where I was questioning when I was up above. That comes out, and it comes to this waste rock. So it comes off and it drops off into this waste rock pile. So that's how they sorted the rocks. That's a neat design. Way up above, if you see, that's the mine. It's a huge mine, just judging from all this waste rock. There's even an ore chute going down, but unfortunately, in 2016, they sealed the mine off. I found where they stored all the dynamite. This is the dynamite storage room. So there's all the shelving, and that's it. One thing you'll notice is this dynamite storage room is away from everything else. There's the mill down below is residential, and the mines are way over there, and all these buildings are adjacent. So they do that because they don't want anything next to the dynamite storage. It's super unsecure. It could go off, so they keep it in this one spot. Holy smokes, I thought this was an incline shaft just from seeing this massive piece of wood coming out of the ground, but it's not. Instead, I don't know what this is. It's like a giant piece of equipment on these huge wheels. I don't know. Almost looks like a pulley system. No matter how many abandoned places I go to, I always see something new. I've never seen anything like this before. This is a portable drill rig. Rigs like this were hauled into remote canyons to drill test holes for ore. The tall mast held the drill rods, and the big steel wheels and gears powered the winches that raised and lowered the whole setup. Miners used rigs like this to check if a vein was worth developing before they committed to building a full mine. What's left here is the weathered frame, the winch system, and part of the mast, still sitting exactly where the last crew left it. Imagine the logistics of getting it out here. I don't see too much indication. And then a lockbox. Oh my gosh. I'll leave them alone. I didn't see them. The mice run around this piece of wood and then enter from the bottom, and that's their home. All fallen down. So for point of reference, there's the mill, and it's empty. This was a workshop and a tool room. I don't see anything now. Now it had a drain on the ground. That's an interesting thing. Okay, it says, don't waste hot water. Maybe a boiler or something was in here. Had to do with water because they had the drain and okay, a pipe that was for a stove. This is number 3 on it. It's huge. A workshop. Right there's a boiler. This boiler says WCEQ4. Looping around right there is the mine. Above is a raise, a couple of them, and that's where those ore chutes are at. Those are upper workings. But this was the main haulage tunnel. We can't get inside, we can't explore, which sucks. Significant airflow coming through. There's the ore cart track. To the left was maybe a dynamite storage for dynamite that they were using that day. So they'd bring it up and store it right there. But yeah, that would be a fun exploration. Maybe someday, but right now it's all closed off. Another building, so that's the mine, and then there's a whole building that's fallen down, all in disrepair. Tucked away in the rugged mountains near Shoshone, Nevada lies the long-abandoned Chief Mine. Once a key player in America's tungsten production during the World Wars, it's now a silent relic of a booming past. First worked for silver in 1869, the mine came back to life in 1915 when tungsten, used for everything from light bulbs to weapons, was discovered deep underground. By the 1930s, productivity increased, producing tens of thousands of tons of ore. In 1936, the Tungsten Metals Corporation took over operations, constructing a new 75-ton concentrator. By 1939, the operation had produced 70,000 tons of ore, making it Nevada's second largest tungsten producer. In 1952, the MIA Company, a joint venture, began development. However, operations declined towards the end of the decade. In 1957, the government ceased purchasing tungsten, leading to a downturn in operations. 1958 marks the date when a fire destroyed the Mervana mill, hastening the production's closure. The last stockpiled tungsten was shipped in 1964. The mine features extensive underground workings, including a main adit over 1,500 feet long, a shaft near the portal, and 3 upper adits. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been a really unique and awesome mine explorer just out in the middle of nowhere. I knew I had to come check it out. And now I'm gonna continue on the road and keep exploring